Hi, everyone. My name is Natalie McCracken, and I'm Director of Marketing here at EarthOptics. And with me today, I have Austin Cook, who is our Senior Agronomy Sales Manager. So I have Austin on here today because not only is he a sales manager for EarthOptics, but he also has land that he farms. And so he has taken advantage of something called Section 180, which is a tax deduction. And I wanted him to come on today and talk a little bit about what it is, how he's utilized it, and any other information that he can give from a very practical point of view. So hi, Austin. Thanks for joining today.
Yeah, so Section 180 is a legacy nutrient tax deduction. There's other codes as well that the IRS can utilize. But one of the nice things that we can kind of do at EarthOptics is kind of connect you to the right organizations. And then we can also kind of do the sampling for that job. So I was able to do the Section 180 tax deduction. It's a super simple process. Once we kind of connect you with a partner, you upload your field boundaries, those legal descriptions, you got to enter in like a purchase price, as well as, when you acquired that land. So as far as acquisition, it could be something that you purchased or inherited within a typical time frame. And then we kind of get the process rolling from there.
Awesome. So just so that we make this as plain as possible and easy for everybody to understand, what are they really looking at when they come in to test on this legacy nutrient? Like, what does that mean?
Yeah, so they're taking physical soil samples throughout our whole field, kind of delegated at the points that that specific partner wants and identifies. So it's looking at all of our macro and micronutrients, and then it's tying those values to what that fertilizer or that fertility is worth on a per pound basis. So there's an equation that kind of converts parts per million to total pounds on a per acre basis. And then with that price that's associated within that acquisition year, they can actually calculate what that legacy tax deduction can be based off of those nutrient values.
Okay, and so not to get specific here, but do you happen to know some sort of average for farmland? And I think this can also be done on ranch land, correct?
Yeah, so it's something that ranchers and farmers can utilize to get their legacy tax deductions done on their farm. So on a typical Midwest farm, one of our partners is averaging $1,700 an acre as a tax deduction. And the nice thing about that is we can utilize this tax deduction and, kind of keep some of that cash in the bank if we're looking for some kind of write-off or deduction at the end of the year. We can utilize something like this. So we can keep some of that cash in the bank and kind of keep ourselves liquid going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. So everyone, that's $1,700 on average. To know your exact amount that you would be qualified for, you would have to start that process with somebody that we would connect you with, a third party, and they would come in and sort of evaluate your land and get you all that information. And some land is going to be worth more than other lands based on those nutrient values. So one question that is probably going to come up is, so I do fertility testing every year. I've already got those records. I already have them in my system. Can I just use those and upload them?
I would utilize one of the partners that we would set you up with. They have specific standards that they're looking at. They're looking at more than the typical nutrients that we typically look at a lab. So we want to make sure that we sample what's there, and then they have an accurate trail of deduction. So we want to have a good amount of information so that those values are accurate. And then because if we acquired land more than, let's say we acquired land 5 years ago, we need to enter in like all of our different fertility applications that we've done since then. And then they have their equations on the background. So it's best to have up-to-date, accurate information that these providers are utilizing.
Excellent. So everyone, we're not qualified to give you any tax information, but what we are qualified to do is connect you with one of these third parties that we work closely with and are trusted resources for us. And in a time right now where you want to get as much money as you can get per acre for your land, this is a great option for everybody. So at the end of this video, I will put up a QR code, which will lead directly to our website page that explains a little bit more about what qualifies you for this tax deduction, what you need to do to get started, and a form that you can fill out so that we can connect you with the right people.